like a Hellcat.
Before we get started, I have a favor. If you enjoy my content and want to see me continue to improve in both quality and size, please check out my Patreon linked in the description. Any amount helps and it is greatly appreciated. There are so many rewards for each level of donation, so go check it out. Now back to the video. Hey everybody, this is Matt, the Emerald Avenger, and in today's video we're going over both the season North Star, because no longer operations. They're done with the operations for, sorry for the noise, some unknown reason. I kind of liked it, but oh well. We're doing both the patch notes as well as the designer notes for the season, so without any further ado, let's hop right into it. If something is doubled on the designer note, I won't go back over it again. I'll just explain anything that's unique to that. So, North Star. I can't speak English. Year 6, Season 2 is what it is. I really can't read. This season, players can expect balance changes to Melusi, Smoke, Mira, Nook, and a redesign to the scoreboard, and much more. New After-Death gameplay will also be featured on a test server, but it, of course, won't be coming to live just yet. I will have to wait a little bit longer to see that. Steady hand and a clear head. I'm still not up for a joyride with Thunderbird. Apparently, Six is scared of Thunderbird. So, new Operator Thunderbird. Lovely character design. I love the helmet. I absolutely love the helmet. Primary weapons is the Spear .308 and the Spas 15 as the primary weapons. Secondary weapons is Bearing 9 machine pistol or the Q929 pistol. Explosive gadgets, impact grenade and nitro cell, 1 armor and 3 speed. But the thing is, armor is also being reworked a little bit. I'm sure it'll explain that later. If it doesn't, I'll just talk about it myself. Her unique gadget is the Kona Station and acts like a point of safety for injured and down operators. All they have to do is approach the device and the Kona Station will automatically boost their HP or offer a revive. So, watch what it looks like right here. This is an old version that's untextured, apparently. Yeah, this is a very old version that we're looking at right now, at least. But basically, you walk into its radius and it heals you. Or you get a little closer while you're down. And in the final version, this is a weird because this is not how it actually works in the more recent stuff we've seen about it. It has a lot larger radius and it offers a revive instead of automatically giving it to downed players. It offers it, and so you can withstand like Finka used to be able to. Did they remove that from Finka, or did they just remove that from Tachanka? They might have removed it from Finka, I don't remember. Able to administer emergency aid, unsupervised. The Kona healing station, like Thunderbird, is a friend to anyone on the field. Even enemies, apparently, can also heal enemies. It does have like a 33-second cooldown, though, between uses, but she does have 3 of them max, I think, and they give 30 health. They either heal for 30, overheal for 30, or some combination of the two, depending on your health compared to your character's maximum health. So that's a consideration gotta keep in mind. Because yeah, health has all changed. But map rework, casual only rework for Favela. I'm probably not gonna do a video on that because I am not a map expert at all. Of course, I'll show it in video whenever it comes to the TS tomorrow. Once I get home from work, I'll do a video showcasing the new operator on this map, so we can do that then. If I can even get a hold of her. Balancing Melusi changes. When active, the center of Melusi's Banshee sonic defense will now be vulnerable to bullets, lasers, explosives, and melee attacks. The outer shell that surrounds the center is bulletproof but vulnerable to explosions. Smoke changes. There's a new propagating system that allows it to propagate through like breaks in floors, walls, and ceilings. So it has its own area effect, but if a hole happens to give it access to an area that can still be considered part of its radius, it will propagate into that area through that hole. By the stuff I've seen so far, it's kind of underwhelming. Maybe it'll be iterated on further. Who knows? Shattered Glass. Players will now be able to melee hit Shattered Glass on Mira's Black Mirror, Maestro's Evil Eye, and Bulletproof Cams. Shattered Glass is opaque and prevents the devices from being used to spot opponents, which is really cool. Anything though that can hear sound though, still hear sound. Bulletproof cameras also have had a change, so we'll talk about that somewhere in this, I assume. If not, if anything isn't discussed in this, I'll discuss it afterward because I've seen all the information on it. Changes to knock. This is going to be a test server only, so there's no guarantee it's coming to live. To gather feedback, a few changes to knock will be presented on test server only. When active, knock's Hail Present reduction won't set off proximity-based devices, but knock will still trigger laser-based gadgets like Capcan's Entry Denial and Rooney's Surya Gates. Noise reduction aspects of her ability have also been removed. So it's basically making her to where she she can avoid trap operators, but she's no longer removed sound, which I didn't think it reduced sound at all. I thought that was removed a while back. I didn't think she made it off the test server with that, but apparently I'm wrong. I think this is a good change to Mirror, or not Mirror, to Knock. I do think she should keep some of that reduction though, but I don't know. They're definitely cementing her having her own spot, because at the moment she kind of plays like just a weak mix of Legion and Kavera, but on attack. I think this version of her should be pretty good. Yeah, I was gonna say they might have to add that effect to Legion, but there isn't actually any attacker proximity based stuff that isn't laser based. So the death experience. Death changes. When a player dies, you'll now be able to skip over the first person death animation. In addition, the slow motion and opponent close up that were previously part of death replay have been removed. This change was made to keep players in the flow of action. Operator icons. When a player is eliminated, a transparent operator icon will appear in the place of their body. The icon will remain for the duration of the round, but just as the body would. This change was made to help players identify eliminated operators and prevent unfair gameplay scenarios involving bodies, because bodies are client-side, not server-side, so a body could be covering a sight line from one person's perspective, but not someone else's, and create unfair gun plays and stuff like that. So, gameplay after death. This is coming in test server only to gather community feedback. The test server will have a new gameplay after death. Attackers will be able to drive their own drones after death, as well as Zero's Argus cameras, Mozzie's drones, Echo's yokais, Maestro's evil eyes can be used by those operators by the operators that use them after their own death. Though in some of the gameplay, it's shown. I'm assuming it's like the other functions of it can still be used. Like just the moving around or the looking around and scanning can still be used like they can by dead players already, but the owner of those gadgets can use them after they're dead, so that's pretty cool. Bulletproof cameras, assuming this is also on the test server, which now fire EMP bursts, can be used by defenders after death. Yeah, they fire an EMP burst, kind of, sort of like the Argus bolt and the Twitch bolt, except instead of destroying it, EMPs, so it's good for stopping drones, I guess. Not sure what else to be used for, because it can't be used offensively. This feature aims to reduce the downtime when players are eliminated and offer more ways for players to support their team and have an impact on the round. HP replaces armor, test server only. Operator armor will be converted to health on the test server. 3 armor will have 125, 2 armor will have 110, 1 armor will have 100. And this will also affect the Rook armor. I believe that it automatically gives you 25 permanent health that counts towards what can be healed by Doc well, I guess Thunderbird now, which is really cool. The 3 armors and 2 armors now actually have just more health, and the Rook armor, since it's 4 armor, just gives more health to that. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty neat. Also, I'm not sure if it's going to talk about it here, but Finka, I believe in this test server build, she now will permanently feel missing health on her allies. So if her ally takes damage, and she uses her ability, the health boost will just be permanent. Like, it will remain there if it It will only heal to their full health, is what I'm trying to say. But it will heal them to full health, and then still overheal if that's possible. New scoreboard 2.0. Most of the same information, but it does show like who won what round and that stuff, which is pretty cool actually. Yeah, I actually do really like it. It shows what operators are banned. I'm assuming this will definitely look very different depending on what game type you're playing, because you're playing casual, no bans, and attack defense is a little different. But yeah, should be quite interesting. Or if there's any accidental teasers here. Nope. Looks like there's a new symbol to signify death, an X. It's pretty cool. Bullet holes. You can't fire bullet holes into soft surfaces. Yeah. I mean, you can still fire bullet holes, you just can't see through them. You have to make a bigger hole, like meleeing or explosions to do it. Operator price changes, of course. Seasonal weapon skins. Operator balancing. Ashe, she only has 2 breach rounds now, and her recoil for her R4C has been changed. Horizontal spread will be more consistent and stronger to the right. So yeah. Finka HP is now permanent, as I said. Similar to Doc's pistol. I've already gone over the Lucy thing, but now it detects enemies' feet. I guess if they're walking near it, it probably pings them if they're walking near it. Okay. Rook, the deploy and equipped interaction for Rook's thing have emerged, so as soon as he puts it down, he applies his own armor. So, pretty cool. Valkyrie now has primary control over her black eye cameras, so she will take control of her cameras if another player is trying to use them at the same time, similar with how Zero and Echo work. Vigil, increased vertical recoil, horizontal spread is now stronger to the right. We'll start at the 6th and the 12th bullet. For what weapon, though? It just says Vigil. Zero, they'll have the same resource management as the shock drones. Recharge shot every 15 seconds. The device is infinite ammunition, but stacks to 1. Which I like. I really like. I don't know why they gave him 1. They just made him, like, a worse Twitch, honestly. The Bearing 9 has a horizontal spread change. Randomly to the left or right. SMG 12. First shot kick has been reduced and vertical recoil has been reduced. Horizontal spread is more predictable and constant to the left. Long burst recoil starting at the 12th bullet instead of the 6th. Okay. Other tweaks and improvements. We already talked about all this. Diffuser interaction. There's now a button that's different for using the diffuser and picking it up and dropping it, I'm assuming. Or just dropping it, I'm assuming. So yeah, should be good. There have been some interface changes, stuff like that. Yeah, they pretty much talked about everything I said I was going to talk about. So let's go ahead and head into the designer notes. So we see the Wind Delta. We see Ashe and Finka and Ace are doing really well. Ace is apparently too strong. Ashe is a little too weak, which is weird why they're nerfing her. And what's weird is I almost never see Ashe. So I'm not sure who is creating this, but I never see this. Ranked PC Platinum to above. I guess I don't play ranked. It only comes from ranked, but still, I would think in unranked it would still be similar. I don't know. I'm obviously not playing in platinum. I mean, that's obvious from how I play. I'm trashed. So maybe it's just because, I mean, that's definitely not the explanation either, because I go up against gods whenever I play for some reason. But oh well. Jaeger's apparently he's apparently weak, but he's overpicked. Lucy is strong. Valkyrie is strong, and they're both overpicked. But everyone else is kind of here. Tachanka's doing fine now, which I love to see. My boy Tachanka ain't doing too bad. Lovely. Ban rate, it's basically the same as it always is. No change there at all. It's kind of funny. We've already talked about the death stuff. You're able to interact after death, stuff like that. It's not coming to live this season. It's just going to be on test server this season. Where I talked about the bulletproof cameras. There's now a drone counter exclusive to defenders to track the number of regular drones their team has destroyed or captured, which is pretty cool. Not a lot of changes I haven't talked about. Just as the flow of content replays after being fragged. Operator icons, I've already talked about that. Health changes. 20, not 25. Rook gives you 20. And that now becomes your new maximum. So yeah, that's pretty good. Nothing new here. We've already talked about the shattering glass. You can still open with Maestro. He's still able to open his. Yeah. I definitely think they should make it like 2 or 3 melees, because I think 1 melee is a bit excessive, because wire punch is stronger than freaking bullets. Seriously. Smoke propagation we've already talked about. Muzzle rework. Flash hider now reduces the speed and intensity of the vertical recoil. Compensator reduces the speed and intensity of horizontal recoil. And I think the oh, what's the other one? Wow, I don't remember what it's called. There's another one, but they just kind of fine-tuned it as well, but it's not listed here, so maybe it's not actually coming to the TS. Breaching rounds for Ash now immune to electricity, which is pretty cool actually. She can permanently heal them, which is good. Test server changes to Hell, we've already talked about that. Melusi changes, we've already talked about. Vigil changes, we've already talked about. Zero, we've already talked about. Weapon balancing, we've already talked about. Would like to. Grismont mine. So apparently they're just adjusting the area of effect of certain traps. ADS, Grismont, Air Jab, and Electro Claw. Alright. But yeah, outside of that, there's not much. Like I said, tomorrow I will go more in depth with the new operator. All the specific changes I don't think are that important. I might show off Nook, maybe. She seems to be receiving the most major change. I mean, Nook, Rock, Nook, what? Nook, what? Nook, Rook, Finka, Ash, I guess Melusi and Zero are really receiving major changes, but they're also just stuff that, like, it's just as well explained as anything. So yeah. I'll test out Thunderbird and the new Favela rework at some point tomorrow. It'll be released at some point tomorrow. I'm going to try to get recorded as soon as possible, but I only get home after 4, so I got to work out first, and I'll try to get it out. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Follow my socials. Keep the channel. Go score, join the conversation page. If you feel like supporting me, this is Matt, the EmeraldAvenger. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Peace out.